Hello, everyone. My name is Cade Ross. I am a sports marketing student at Fresno State University, and today I am joined by Craig Kelley. Craig, thank you for joining me today.
My pleasure. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well.
All right, so I'll jump right into it. The first question I have for you is, would you provide a brief summary of your current role and your primary responsibilities?
My title is Chief Marketing Officer slash Senior Associate Athletic Director. So my primary responsibilities evolve around all of our external units. So we have a staff of about 43 people that I oversee. Those areas include video, social media, trying to go through all of them, game day production, fan engagement, ticketing, graphic design, community service, business intelligence, and then our marketing and promotions team. So anybody that touches our fans externally through their platforms are the people that I currently oversee, with the ultimate goal of driving 60 to 70 million dollars in revenue.
Awesome. Awesome. Moving on to my next question, which is, what key lessons have you learned from working in sports?
Many people are everything, right? You got to treat people fairly. You got to, and that's both to the customer, right? You got to treat them fairly and respect them and understand what their journey is like, from not only the ticket process but all the way through their engagement at the venue, but also the relationships and the people you deal with on a daily basis here in the office. And building those relationships means everything in terms of being able to get your job done. Especially in sports, you're only as good as your weakest link, and the staff slash family that I have that I work with are critically important to our success. And so just ensuring that we all understand each other. We have ups and downs, good days and bad days, but at the end of the day, we understand how we impact each other. And that at the end of the day has made this job much more enjoyable because of the people that I work with.
I couldn't agree more. I actually saw something the other day. It said treating your coworkers and treating your customers like family is super key in running a good business. So I couldn't agree more
100%.
with that.
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome. Moving on to my next question. What are 1 to 2 highlights from your sports career or your career in working in sports?
Oh man, that's really the only career I've had.
Yeah.
Been at SC 23 years. Career highlight, we did a campaign probably about 10, 12 years ago. It was called We Play. And it was a team effort, but it was a big branding campaign to really put Los Angeles, or excuse me, USC in a spotlight with some of the bigger brands here in LA. So the
Mm.
Lakers, Clippers, Dodgers, Kings, all those bigger brands, professional teams that have real money. We invested a significant amount of money in a branding campaign that was branded We Play. The LA was highlighted, and so it was not only graphically a campaign, but we did it like it was an outdoor campaign, but it helped really bring our fan base together under one unified brand, look, feel. And so that was probably one of the better things that we got a lot of positive feedback, won some awards on. That was really, really fun to do, like I said, with the group. And the other key highlight I would say is really more long term, and that's building the team to where we are now. Like I said, we're just over 40 people. When I first started here, really when I kind of took over where I am now, was only about 5 of us. So really over the last 7, 8 years, we've significantly grown. I mean, I don't even know what that number is. I mean, whatever times 10, I mean,
Yeah.
we're 40 people. And so to see the growth, to see the dedication and commitment of this athletic department, and the trust that they have in me and the team members that I work with has been really satisfying. But it's also, it comes with the territory. Right? You're held accountable for those things as they continue to invest in you. You've got to continue to give back, and so that's been probably a highlight for my career. But it is kind of one that has taken a significant amount of time to get to.
Yeah. I would imagine you have a good amount of highlights in your career working at a big school like USC. For example, Caleb Williams just won the Heisman, so having the Heisman winner, on
I've
your
seen,
campus is a big deal, obviously.
yeah, we've won national championships at every level, at every sport. I've seen 3 Heismans. I've seen Hall of Fame coaches and
Yeah.
Pete Carroll, and I mean, you name it. I mean, I've traveled around the country doing this. So yeah, Rose Bowls, Cotton Bowls, national
Yeah.
championship games. I mean, the Bush Push was something that I'll
Mm.
never forget.
Yeah.
Probably the first game my wife went to on the road, and so she's got caught up in football after that. So I mean, the highlights are there, but those are the two things I think that stand out to me, that are like the ones that impact me, um, year after year, day after day.
Yeah, that sounds great. So just to wrap it up, I have one more question. It's what advice would you offer college students or recent graduates pursuing a career in sports?
I would say, everybody's going to say intern. You know what? One of the business has so many different tentacles. People just see it as the fun of the sport, but there's so many different layers. Not only what I just spoke about in terms of the people that I currently oversee, but there's a development and a fundraising arm. There's an operations team. There's an administrative team that just oversees individual sports, and so I would say not intern to network, obviously that's important, but intern to understand all aspects of the business and figure out which area of the business is what suits you.
Mhm.
Again, there's people that love data and math, and that's a part of the business now more than ever. And there's people that love marketing and promotions and being creative. There's people that do graphic design. There's people that like to fundraise and communicate and have relationships with people. There's being a salesman, being on the phone and call. Like there's so many different tentacles to the business that I would say don't pigeonhole yourself into this one idea that you have as you get older and like I want to do that. Like invest in what the business is, become really good at that, and dive into that. But also keep in mind you need to be well rounded. So you need to be able to dabble in all of those things, but find the one thing that you really enjoy because that's what's going to keep you in the business. Because when you're going through it, it's difficult to get started because
Mhm.
of the hours, because of the pay. In the long run, it does pay off, but I will say, stay committed to it, but learn what it is you want to do. I always tell my staff, I want to make the job 80% fun for you. You're going to do 80% of the things you like to do, 20% of the things I'm going to give you that you don't like, but it's the 80% that keeps you driving to ensure the 20% gets done. So find the things you love, but also make yourself well-rounded to understand all aspects of how each one of those pieces of the business impact each other.
Awesome. Awesome. I couldn't agree more. Well, like I said, that was my last question. So I just want to thank you for giving all that great advice and thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be here with us today. So thank
No
you.
problem. My pleasure, man. You take care.
You take care.
Have a good one.
You too.